Hello and welcome to Hornbill TV's Prime at 9. I'm Naomi Kikon. Now the news in details. Condemned the attack on Ukraine by Russia. The aggressive action by Russia and Ukraine has created a major problem for our citizens too. Poland and other countries are supplying weapons to Ukraine.
Poland and other countries are supplying Ukraine with weapons. There are around 20,000 Indian students. They are, of course, a target of Russian attack because Russian attack also civilians. So the students escape from Russian bullets, they escape from Russian bombs, and we are helping them. They can go to the Polish border and they can cross the border. This action is coordinated by the Indian Embassy in Warsaw. So please check the website and the social media of the Indian Embassy in Warsaw.
The first flight to Mumbai carrying 219 evacuees from Ukraine has taken off from Romania, said External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar on February 26. Regarding the evacuation of Indian nationals from Ukraine, we are making progress. Our teams are working on the ground round the clock. I am personally monitoring the first flight to Mumbai with 219 Indian nationals has taken off from Romania, Jaishankar tweeted. Amid the ongoing Ukraine-Russia crisis, the Indian Embassy in Kyiv has advised Indian citizens against moving to any of the border checkpoints without prior coordination with government officials at border posts. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, while addressing a post-Union budget webinar of the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, said that the government is working with a spirit of One India, One Health, essential health facilities to be brought in villages at block and district level. Private sector to play a key role for their maintenance and upgradation.
हम भारत में ऐसा हेल्थ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बनाना चाहते हैं जो सिर्फ बड़े शहरों तक सीमित ना हो। वन अर्थ, वन हेल्थ, इसी स्पिरिट को हमें हिंदुस्तान में भी वन इंडिया, वन हेल्थ, इस मिशन को भी वैसे ही यानी दूर दराज के क्षेत्रों में भी समान व्यवस्थाएं विकसित करना है। हमारा प्रयास है कि क्रिटिकल हेल्थ केयर सुविधाएं ब्लॉक स्तर पर भी हो, जिला स्तर पर भी हो, गांवों के नजदीक भी हो। इस इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को मेंटेन करना और समय समय पर अपग्रेड करना बहुत जरूरी है।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi, while addressing a post-Union budget webinar of the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, said that the budget 2022 focused on health as well as wellness in the health sector. 3 factors are taken into consideration in budget: modern infrastructure and human resource expansion, encouraging research and adopting modern and futuristic technology.
आज हमारा फोकस हेल्थ पर तो है ही, वेलनेस पर भी उतना ही अधिक है। हम इलनेस के लिए जिम्मेदार फैक्टर्स को दूर करने, वेलनेस के लिए समाज को प्रोत्साहित करने और बीमारी की स्थिति में इलाज को इंक्लूसिव बनाने पर फोकस कर रहे हैं। होलिस्टिक और इंक्लूसिवनेस की बात करते हैं तो इसमें 3 फैक्टर्स का समावेश कर रहे हैं। पहला, मॉडर्न मेडिकल साइंस से जुड़े इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर और ह्यूमन रिसोर्स का विस्तार। दूसरा, आयुष जैसी पारंपरिक भारतीय चिकित्सा पद्धति में रिसर्च को प्रोत्साहन और हेल्थ केयर सिस्टम में उसका एक्टिव एंगेजमेंट। और तीसरा, मॉडर्न और फ्यूचरिस्टिक टेक्नोलॉजी के माध्यम से देश के हर व्यक्ति, हर हिस्से तक बेहतर और अफोर्डेबल हेल्थ केयर सुविधाएं पहुंचाना।
President Ramnath Kovind, who is on a 3-day visit to Assam, attended the 19th Convocation ceremony of Tezpur University today. During the ceremony, he presented gold medals to 27 students, along with presenting the various degrees and diplomas to 1,247 students. The ceremony was also attended by Assam Governor Professor Jagdish Mukhi and Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma.
You have spent your university days in a city which is associated with great cultural icons like Roop Kumar, Jyoti Prasad Agarwala, Kala Guru Vishnu Prasad Rabha, Nat Surya Fani Sharma, and Bharat Ratna Dr. Bhupen Hazarika. I hope you have read their biographies to learn about the great cultural traditions of India and the Northeast. Dear students, you must be proud of the fact that your Vishwavidyalaya Geet was written and composed by the great Bhupen Hazarika. The university song has a very meaningful line that says, Manavata Bador Dhyanor Pratik Tezpur Vishwavidyalaya.
The number of COVID-19 cases in Nagaland have gradually decreasing. For that reason, the Nagaland government reviewed the situation and relaxed some activities. Offline classes, public gatherings, shopping and transport services are being allowed. For an assessment of the situation after the restrictions were relaxed and the work of the personnel of the district surveillance unit at the Dimapur railway station, our reporter Adona has the details.
Ita moi Dimapur railway station te aina se to itu sal COVID third wave aigina yere moa laga stage te bisi manugan digdar paigina ahina moan dikki pa ase kintu itu COVID situation to bal ala aste bal hwa nimite state government bi situation review kurigina February 15 ra meeting kurigina itu COVID restriction to alop lift kuridigina ita public gatherings noilibi schools kan noilibi night curfew kan bi itu hatai digina ita moga laga stage te bacha kan bi school jai ase aro May 1st bra itu pre primary schools kan bi itu schools te ja suru hole ase itu opor yete railway station te kiniga itu surveillance team kan bi ita tagan functions kuria ase itu jankari kuribo nimite moan ita railway station te aina ase to moan ita dikhi pai ase ki itu yete ita tak railway station Dimapur de do surveillance teams kan lagai kena ita tak bi tagan itu situations inbound passengers kan ke bi itu monitor kuri kena tagan ita duty kuri ase to itu por mogan tagan laga duties kan bi itu COVID restriction alop lift kuri dia pichi de kinika jaya ase takala duties kan bi itu relax way asna nai aro itu laga update lobo nimite yate moana ina ase to yere surveillance teams officials kan bi takhan isna takhan ki bi hudi sabo apni kala duty bi alop relax hoisna na kinika ase tia
oi koanjina itia to ajikali to poila inchina noi kina itia to alop normal hoi jai ase suchin to itia to alop normal hoi jai ase
to apni kala duties itu checking kan to kinika jaya ase
itu le ini manubi poila inchina iman usop koanjina vaccination kan ase itia to manubi iman kiban hai itia to ini kumti chole ase
to hoilibi apni kan poila ja sal bra yete boy kina duty kuri kina taka to itu COVID vaccination certificates noilibi vaccine marisna maranai itu kan check kuri asna ite tak bi na kinika ase
ini tahan sob itu 2 dose lo kan ase second dose lo kan ase to itia to ini get inter nimiti itu amkan itibra ini from kan ki digina pathaya itu ase aro test bi kura ase itu medical kan bra
to mane poila kinika ja ase itu nisna ja ase ite tak bi
ite tak oi itu ini ga ase
district administration side fale pra bi ku apni kan ke itu relax kurule duties kan do relax kurule ku ite tak asna na
ite tak to le amkan ke itu information dia nai poila kinga ja ase itu ini ga ja ase aro takan ini kita itu amkan ke itu hata itu ki urgia ase amkan do এনেই এডমিনিষ্ট্ৰেশ্যন পৰা এইটো কেতিয়া অৰ্ডাৰ দিব এইটো চিধা আমাক যাই যাব
তো এতিয়া মই ইয়াতে বাহাৰতে এক্সিট পইণ্টে ৰখি না আছে তো ইয়াতে পেচেঞ্জাৰ্ছ খান বি এইটো বাহাৰৰ পৰা অহা মানুহ খান বি আছে তো তাত তাইজনকে বি সুধি চাব আপুনি দুজনটো ক'তে পৰা আহিছে এতিয়া
Guwahati. Yeah, we are coming from Guwahati.
তো এতিয়া আপুনি দুইজন গুৱাহাটীৰ পৰা অহা তো গুৱাহাটী ট্ৰেইন ষ্টেচন দেবি কেনেকুৱা এনেকুৱা এতিয়া তাক ক'ভিড ভেকচিনেশ্যন চাৰ্টিফিকেটছ খান চেক কৰি না আহি আছে না কেনেকুৱা আছে
No. There is relaxation. Relaxation is there. There is no like checking of the COVID certificate. Is no checking.
গুৱাহাটীটো একো চেক নকৰা হৈছে মানে এতিয়া
No. Total relaxation. There is no checking of any certificate.
ইয়াতেতো আপুনি খান দেখিয়া নিচিনা অফিচাৰ্ছ কোনোবা খান চেক কৰি আছে কেনেকুৱা লাগি আছে
It's okay. There is no problem. We have certificate and everything, and we have take 2 doses, so there is no problem.
তো আপুনি লাভি অপিনিয়ন ল'বলৈ মন আছে মই এতিয়া আপুনি লাচাতি কোৱা নিচিনা গুৱাহাটীতেতো একো চেকিং কাম নকৰা হৈছে গৈছে তো এতিয়া নাগালেণ্ডেতো ডিমাপুৰতেতো ঘূৰি আছে তো আপুনি এইটো ওপৰত কি কৈ দিব পাৰিব প্ৰিকশ্যনেৰী মেজাৰ্ছ ওপৰতে
ঠিকে আছে অলপ চেকিং কৰিলে ঠিকে আছে বাৰু কোনো প্ৰব্লেম নাই কিন্তু গুৱাহাটীত তেনেকুৱা কোনো চেকিং কোনো হেৰি এনেকুৱা প্ৰব্লেম নাই মানে ঠিকে আছে চব নৰ্মেল গুৱাহাটীত গোটেই নৰ্মেলে আছে বাছ ইয়াতে অলপ চেকিং আছে অলপ কথা নাই চেকিং অলপ থাকিলে ভাল আৰু বস্তুটো গম পোৱা যায় কোনো প্ৰব্লেম নাই সেইটো
চেফটি নিমিতে আছে তো এনেকুৱা গুৱাহাটীতে বি নকৰিলে বি ইয়াতে কৰিছে বোলে এটা
That's good. Yeah, checking must be done because the virus is. Every person should take first and second dose, and its checking is going on for the certificate. That's good.
তো এতিয়া মোকান ইয়াতে দুটা পেচেঞ্জাৰ্ছ অহা খানকে মোকান বি সুধিছে ইয়াতে নাগালেণ্ডে একলা নহয় না আসাম গুৱাহাটী ট্ৰেইন ষ্টেচন দেবি কেনেকুৱা এইটো ক'ভিড চাৰ্টিফিকেট ভেকচিনেশ্যন মাৰিছে না মাৰা নাই নহ'লে বি এইটো RT-PCR টেষ্ট খান বি লৈছে না লোৱা নাই এইটো ওপৰত মোকান সুধিছে তো মোকান জানি পোৱা নিচিনা গুৱাহাটীতেতো এতিয়াতো ৰিলেক্স হৈ কিনে ক'ভিড ভেকচিনেশ্যন চাৰ্টিফিকেটছ না এইটো ভেকচিন মাৰিছে না মাৰা নাই নহ'লে বি এইটো নেগেটিভ টেষ্ট ৰিপৰ্ট খানটো একো চেক নকৰা হৈছে কৈছে কিন্তু এতিয়া মই নাগালেণ্ডে ইয়াতে ট্ৰেইন ষ্টেচন দেতো চাৰ্ভিলেঞ্চ টিম লগাই কিনে এতিয়া তাক ইনবাউণ্ড পেচেঞ্জাৰ্ছ খানকে মনিটৰ কৰি কিনে এতিয়া তাক বি যাই আছে তো এইটো একটা ভাল খবৰ আছে কেলে মানে প্ৰিকশ্যনেৰী মেজাৰ্ছ নিমিতে এতিয়া তাক ডিষ্ট্ৰিক্ট এডমিনিষ্ট্ৰেশ্যন নহ'লে বি ইয়াতে থকা অফিচিয়েলছ খান এইটো এটা কনচাৰ্ণ লৈ কিনে এতিয়া তাক নাগালেণ্ডেতো চেক কৰি কিনে এতিয়া ক'ভিড প্ৰিকশ্যনেৰী মেজাৰ্ছ নিমিতে এইটো যাই আছে এইটো আছে আজি গ্ৰাউণ্ড ৰিপৰ্ট মই এডনা হেৰো উইথ কেমেৰা পাৰ্চন জয় Hornbilltv ডিমাপুৰ
Indian Army Chief General M.M. Narveen attended Ahmedabad Design Week 3.0 on February 26 at Karnavati University in Gandhinagar, Gujarat. As far as the army is concerned, 85% of whatever it buys is from Indian companies, said M.M. Narveen during the event. The defense corridors in Chennai and Lucknow have helped in changing the entire ecosystem of the defense industry, said M.M. Narveen during the event.
But the government is also contributing a lot to design and innovation. In the recent budget, 25% of the defense R&D budget has been specifically earmarked for private industry. And I think this is the first of its kind initiative by the government, once again to catalyze R&D in the civil arena. And also 68% of whatever we buy, Army, Navy, Air Force, the orders will go to indigenous companies, to our own companies. But let me also tell you that we are far ahead of this target.
Amid ongoing military operations by Russia on Ukraine, the White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said that the United States will continue to engage with India, other ASEAN partners to follow suit on the invasion.
I would say some were, but I wouldn't say the majority were. And we continue to engage with the Indians, with other ASEAN partners on both what we're seeing on the ground, our continued condemnation of the actions of President Putin in Ukraine, and we will continue to push others to follow suit.
India on Saturday reported a jump of 11,499 coronavirus, pushing the overall tally to 4,29,05,844 according to the daily health bulletin by the Union Ministry. The death toll saw a rise of 255 fatalities, the ministry data also showed. It now stands at 5,13,481. The number of active cases further declined to 1,21,881. It currently comprises 0.28% of the total infections, the ministry also said. A reduction of 12,354 cases has been recorded in the active COVID-19 caseload in a span of 24 hours. As the third wave of the COVID is subsiding in the country, the positivity rate has fallen to 1.01%, while the national COVID-19 recovery rate has improved to 98.52%, the Health Ministry said. As many as 23,598 people recovered in the last 24 hours, taking the overall figure to 4,22,70,482. The weekly positivity rate stands at 1.36%, the ministry added. So far, the country has administered 177.13 crore doses of the COVID-19 vaccines. Considering the ongoing military operations by Russia on Ukraine, Congress leader Manish Tiwari on February 26 said that India needs to clear its stand on the crisis. If a friend commits a mistake, one has to correct them, he said. It presents the world with a new iron curtain, with nations on one side advocating democracy and others supporting the totalitarian way, and India has to pick its side, he said.
यूक्रेन के ऊपर एक नाजायज़ हमला रूस द्वारा किया गया है और रूस भारत का मित्र है और भारत की मित्रता रूस के साथ बहुत पुरानी है। हमारे बुरे वक्त में रूस हमारे काम भी आया है, पर अगर कोई मित्र और कोई मित्र देश गलती करता है तो हमारा उत्तरदायित्व बनता है कि उस मित्र को ये कहना कि ये जो आपने रुख अपनाया है ये रुख सही नहीं है। यूक्रेन के ऊपर जो जंग रूस ने छेड़ी है और जिस तरह से यूक्रेन के ऊपर आक्रमण किया गया है, उसके कुछ भी ऐतिहासिक कारण राष्ट्रपति पुतिन बताने की कोशिश करें, पर ऐसी कार्रवाई की 21वीं सदी में कोई।
Considering the ongoing military operations by Russia on Ukraine, German ambassador to India Walter J. Lindner expressed his dismay and said that it's Putin's war and it's a shame that it is happening.
These artists behind us, let's also think what is happening right as we speak in Kiev. In Kiev, many people are waiting for the bombs sent by Putin. It's Putin's war. And it's a shame that this is happening. Well, you know, to blame is President Putin. He has brought this war. How do we react? We react with sanctions, economic sanctions, financial sanctions, and personal sanctions even against Putin and against his foreign minister. Because this can't be allowed that this model of occupying another country or of invading another country, changing borders, if this is the new rule for the future, then all countries which have border disputes with other countries are in trouble.
State government employees belonging to various employee organizations met Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot at his residence and expressed their gratitude for the re-implementation of the old pension scheme and other announcements in the state budget. Employees who came from all over the state said that hundreds of state employees and their families are very delighted with the announcement of the implementation of the old pension scheme in place of the new pension scheme for the employees appointed on or after January 1, 2004. By taking this historic decision, the Chief Minister has secured their future. The employees said that there was a demand from them to abolish the new pension scheme for a long time. Due to this plan, there was a lot of concern about the future in them. For the first time, any government has understood their agony and has taken such a bold and exemplary decision. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh on February 26 shared government's plans to evacuate stranded Indian students in Ukraine amid a military operation by Russia. During day before yesterday's meeting by Prime Minister Modi, a decision was made to evacuate stranded students in Ukraine on the government of India's expenses, the Defence Ministry said. The PM, in fact, had instructed much before to make necessary arrangements for the same, the minister said. The External Affairs Minister also spoke with Ukraine's Foreign Minister, said the Defence Minister.
परसों जो सीसीएस की बैठक हुई थी प्रधानमंत्री जी की अध्यक्षता में, उसी समय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने फैसला किया है उन सबको लाएंगे और भारत सरकार अपने खर्च पर उनको वापस लाएगी। और ऐसा नहीं है कि सीसीएस की मीटिंग होने के बाद उनको भारत लाने का सिलसिला प्रारंभ हुआ हो। उसके कई दिन पहले ही प्रधानमंत्री जी ने स्पष्ट रूप से कहा था कि उनके लाने की व्यवस्था की जाए और कई लोग आ भी चुके थे पहले।
लेकिन अभी कई वीडियोज आ
Russia on Friday vetoed a draft UN Security Council resolution that demanded Moscow to stop its attack on Ukraine. The resolution that would have asked Russia to withdraw all troops from Ukraine gained 11 votes to 1 against as Russia vetoed it. China, India and United Arab Emirates abstained from the vote. The UNSC resolution came up to vote after Russia launched a full-fledged military attack on Ukraine, killing at least 137 civilians and military personnel on the first day.
India is deeply disturbed by the recent turn of developments in Ukraine. We urge that all efforts are made for the immediate cessation of violence and hostilities. No solution can ever be arrived at the cost of human lives. We are also deeply concerned about the welfare and security of the Indian community, including a large number of Indian students in Ukraine. The contemporary global order has been built on the UN Charter, international law, and respect for the sovereignty and territorial integrity of states. All member states need to honor these principles in finding a constructive way forward.
The draft resolution voted by Russia is being looked at as a win by Western countries as it showed Russia's international isolation. The United Arab Emirates and India abstained from the vote on the US drafted resolution, while the remaining 11 council members voted in favor of the same. The US and other supporters of the resolution knew it wouldn't pass as Russia was clear to vote it at the UNSC. However, those in favor argued that the vote highlighted Russia's international isolation.
We believe that the sovereignty and territorial integrity of all states should be respected and that the purposes and principles of the UN Charter should be jointly upheld. It is the vast number of innocent people that will be the victims. We must draw profound lessons from the extremely painful experience in the past. Based on the above-mentioned, China abstained in the vote just now. Security of one country cannot come at the cost of undermining the security of other nations, and that much less can regional security be secured through group strengthening and, from that matter, group expansion.
That's all for now. Keep watching Hornbilltv.